Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Stephen here from Redolessence. Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me today. And in today's Cephalabon contributor video, I'm going to be talking to you about an exciting new fragrance product, which is an advent calendar, the first fragrance advent calendar that I've ever seen. And it was put together by Alessandro Brun, who is the creative director of multiple fragrance brands, including Milano Fragranze and Masque Milano. We have him here joining us today to talk about this incredible new product that I have fallen in love with. And I'm also going to be letting you know about how you can enter to win a box for yourself. All you have to do is go on over to cephalabon.com. I'm going to leave links in the description box below. Make sure to be a registered reader. Read through the article and leave a quality comment, and you'll be entered to win this amazing new product. I'm excited to have Alessandro on my channel, so make sure to stay tuned. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we have a familiar face on the YouTube channel. Of course, this is Alessandro Brun. I've had the pleasure of having a conversation with him in the past on one of the brands that he represents, which is Milano Fragranze. I'm going to leave a card to that up here, so definitely make sure to check that video out. But today we're going to be talking about something very special, and Alessandro has also been kind enough to host a very special giveaway for this project. And of course, Alessandro needs no introduction, but just in case you don't know, he is the creative director for three amazing brands. We have Masque Milano, Milano Fragranze, and we have Malbrum. And I must say, there has been a fragrance from Milano Fragranze Naviglio. It's been my signature scent this past summer. So thank you so much for these incredible creations. And today we're talking about an advent calendar, right?
Exactly. So first of all, thanks for hosting me. It's my pleasure. So good evening, everybody. And yes, we started working on this project this summer, but finally we came up in December with this idea that it's so nice because it's celebrating the coming of the winter holiday season. Advent calendar. So basically a big box containing a number of small boxes. We decided to put 25, and in each day you have a little surprise. That was the 3rd, we already opened it. That was the 5th. Today I just opened the number 6.
That is amazing. So I first became accustomed to the concept of an advent calendar when my wife purchased one for our daughter. So every day, the countdown until Christmas, there's a new box, you open it, and then there's a special chocolate in it. So we still have it going. Today's obviously the 6th of December as of the time that we're shooting this video. But the collector's appeal from me makes me not want to open this because it's so beautifully packaged. So as you can see, the numbers are kind of sporadically in there, but I love it. So it's kind of like a puzzle piece, and each one of these boxes has something really, really special in it that represents all three of the brands.
Exactly. So basically, first of all, why 3 brands? We have a belief, actually have a vision for our company, and we want to work to widespread the knowledge and the culture of artistic perfumery. In order to do so, we embrace the concept of portfolio of brands. This year we launched a new website called artisticfragrances.com, in which you can basically buy online 3 brands of the collection. So 3 brands united in the operations, in the production, but also in the distribution. What's the benefit for this? Well, customers that are already loyal follower of one brand might discover the other. And as during the pandemic, we did for Masque Milano some very successful launches online. People were in lockdown, but people received at home 3 or 4 raw materials characterizing the fragrance and the fragrance. We repeated this with about 20 different fragrances in the 3 brands out of 25 boxes. For instance, this is the content of today. Today recording the video is December 6th. If you would like to open, I think you are not super acquainted with this brand. The brand Malbrum is created by the Norwegian artistic director Christian Malbrum, and there are 6 fragrances in the collection at the moment. They are all created by Delphine Thierry. Delphine Thierry also is a signature nose behind 3 very successful Masque Milano.
This is amazing. So I know off camera you had mentioned to me that this is a really good point of education for a lot of fragrance consumers out there. And here you have the actual fragrance, right, in a carded sample, but then you have 3 separate notes / accords that you can sort of experience separately to see how they contribute to the overall olfactive picture, which I think is really beautiful as a source of education for people out there.
So for instance, if you want to have a super rapid glimpse, this Safaria is called, as you see, Volume 2 Tropical Island. The fragrances of Malbrum collection are divided in volume. The first volume, 3 fragrances. The second volume, 3 fragrances. In the second volume, there are 3 fragrances representing the morning, the heat of the day, and the sunset on a tropical island. And in this morning, I think Neroli, it will represent at its best the powerful opening and the sun shining, and this is an exceptional quality. Neroli is the essential oil from the flower of the bitter orange, and the milk accord, because in this tropical island there are tropical fruits. In the story, Christian imagines to be waking up under a big magnolia tree and being kissed by his girlfriend just coming out from the sea, or having had a breakfast with mature tropical fruits. And so the texture, the smooth silkiness of this tropical lush is created by Delphine with a milk accord, which, by the way, is thick, is sweet, is somehow even, rich of ancestral memories. And the contrast between the two is stark, but then when you smell the fragrance, they are perfectly blended together.
Yeah, so this is my first time smelling this fragrance, and it's gorgeous. So it's very creamy. It has like a fruity, I almost thought I picked up on a little bit of fig. It has like a fruity component about it. But now it makes sense, with the milk accord, the sandalwood, and, you mentioned the magnolia. And so I kind of get a little bit of that floral effervescent quality on account of the neroli as well. So, wow, this is really, really beautiful.
And this is a creation that, to be frank with you, I envy a little bit, because with Masque Milano, we never dared to make a fruit fragrance, because fruit is risky, it's a slippery territory. You can enter into the shampoo feeling or the teenager, bubble gum. This is a fruity, mature fruity, and also very artistic fruity. Not risk to be classified as a shampoo, extremely high quality. I think the hand of Delphine Thierry is fantastic. It's very clear here.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It's made very classy and sophisticated on account of the sandalwood. I think it really grounds the fragrance, really adds that polished complexity about it. And that's another thing that kind of unifies the 3 brands, is that they're all, from my experience, very, very high quality. And, the compositions themselves are just so artistic. And you've had so many incredible noses working on these fragrances, from, Christian Carbonell to Cecile Zarokian, and the list goes on and on.
Absolutely. This is the point, having the perfumer at the center. And this is the fil rouge that is unifying the 3 brands.
And now, I will retract what I said earlier. I'm so excited to discover what's in these boxes that I'm definitely going to open them all up, and that That's the point of an advent calendar.
Of course. You see, there are the blotters that are different for every brand, so you can get to explore the fragrances in the proper way. Plus, we are reaching 25 with a little bit of extra. There are no fragrances in each single box. 2-3 little gifts. I see you pick the number 5. I see number 5. I'm
going backwards here a little bit. Yes.
Yeah, because we already explained this on a live in Instagram, so we are not spoiling anything. I'm very proud of number 5. Number 5 is the best selling in Milano Fragranze, Brera. And I'm very happy. Of course, I love all the fragrances in the collection, but I'm very happy for a number of reasons. One is the name. Brera is a neighborhood in Milan. Yeah, that's little blotters from Milano Fragranze with the snake, which is the symbol of Milan. Brera is a fantastic neighborhood. It's bohemian. It hosts the College of Art. Is a little bit like the equivalent of Montmartre in Paris, and it's house of the painting gallery, where there is the famous painting The Kiss, which is the masterpiece of the Italian Romanticism, and we created with a pretty classic structure the most romantic fragrance we could. So rose in the center. And there is the fragrance house behind this. The nose is called Violaine Collas. The fragrance house is Mane. Mane has got fantastic raw materials. This is a super essence of rose. In the dry down, we have the patchouli, quite smoky, earthy, mossy, dirty, as it should be. Not a fractional distillation as we have, for instance, in the patchouli liqueur in Kintsugi, and then also a touch of vanilla. And in the opening, there is also an accord of saffron to make the rose more bubbly, a little bit more ethereal. And it works so well. This is not a completely new accord, to be honest. I'm sure you have smelled it in other compositions, but it's working so well that we wanted to have our own rose and patchouli.
I was going to say, as soon as you mentioned the saffron, I did pick up on something a little bit spicy about it, but the vanilla absolute and the patchouli just meld together so incredibly nicely in the base. It's really exceptionally well done. I don't think it's I'm going to have to smell the patchouli on its own, because I don't think it's as dirty as some other patchoulis that I've smelled. It's very sort of polished, very refined, but I'm sure if I smell the actual raw material, it's going to give me a different impression, right?
Yeah.
So let's see how that smells. I have it right here. So I absolutely love this part. Oh yeah, you're right. Very richly textured, very earthy. It almost has like a chocolatey nuance, which is something that I love about.
Yeah. Slightly nutty, and yeah.
Oh, I love this.
Buttery, greasy nuttiness of the chocolate. Not sweet, but definitely the texture is there, definitely. And it's another incredible material, because if you overdose, you ruin the fragrance. But if you masterfully balance it, it does wonders.
That is amazing. Is it safe to say that every single Masque Milano fragrance and every single Milano Fragranze fragrance is in this box in some way, shape, or form?
No, of course not. We couldn't put the whole collection. Why clearly Masque Milano alone has 17 fragrances in the collection now, plus there are a couple of novelties in the box. So if we include what is coming up, definitely 25 days will not be enough. But it's a good way to discover the 3 brands. We made a selection. Okay, we made a selection.
That's amazing. So I love how we kind of pace ourselves in the process, right? Because I know personalities such as mine I want to smell 100 fragrances a day, but it's like after the first 10, I'm burnt out. So this is like a nice way to sort of every day you wear something different, you become educated on it, you familiarize yourself with the individual raw materials. And you also, the proof is in the pudding, as they say. These are all, except like I was reading it and it said vanilla absolute, which is very expensive. So these are very expensive raw materials that you have in here.
Yeah, definitely. And I must be frank, I must thank the generosity of the fragrance houses behind us, because the sheer cost of what we are putting here will be excessive to be able to retail. So we had an agreement of sharing the costs with the fragrance houses, and that was very important because I mean, you are aware of that, but many times the market is not that aware. We have, I reckon, 79 2 ml vials. Now, if you consider 150 ml of niche fragrances or raw materials that cost more than the final fragrances itself, you can do your maths. But let's not talk about costs. Let's talk about the process, as you say. When in one day you can do this and you repeat these for every day of 1 month, believe me, at the end of the month, you would have smelled a lot. Also for me, I'm doing a live on Instagram every day at 7 p.m., going through one fragrance. And if I just think of what I would have said 15 minutes a day, by December 25th, it's a lot. And we are sort of, collapsing 10 years of work in 1 month. And it couldn't be faster than that. Come on.
I know. And they're really special creations. So obviously you need to really spend your time and wear them and understand them and really give them their own due diligence, right? But I love how you sort of consolidated everything and you made it so compact in such a thematically beautiful way with this advent calendar. And, there's a thing in the perfume community where some people like to focus on a particular note. And let's say every day for the month of January, they wear a rose-based fragrance every day, or every day for the month of February, they'll wear an incense-based fragrance every day. So this is something that, while yes, it does fit with the season, the holiday season, but this is something that you can wear whenever you want, right? Just to sort of dive into all of these different brands and explore the fragrances and the raw materials. And so this is like, I'm like a kid in a candy store with this, because there's so much exploration that is about to happen here. So thank you again so much for sending this to me. It's absolutely incredible.
My pleasure.
So what I'm gonna do, yes, please.
Now, I wanted to add another point. We made 100 of these calendars because, of course, we didn't develop it for, commercial reasons. A fraction of these 100 was sent out to friends, to investors in the company, to perfume aficionados that are supporting us, spreading the love for our collection, and thank you so much to their communities. So obviously there was no commercial objective in this, but the first cut is the deepest. We tried this, we saw what it meant to do all this. Maybe next year we can come back with a different idea or with a more polished idea. And one thing we did also was to associate 40 of these 100 pieces with a unique piece of crypto art. We partnered with a Kazakh artist that is expert in rendering. He is very good at creating rendering of diamonds. So he created a rendering of 25 diamonds organized exactly like the boxes in your big box. And by creating different colors, he created 40 unique pieces that we sold online as NFTs. NFT means non-fungible token. So basically through cryptocurrency, you can buy work of art, a photography, a rendering or even a manual drawing, you can buy and be the sole owner. Everybody else can download copies, but there's only one owner of the original. So these 40 originals are pieces of digital art that are associated as with a physical twin with a box. So those 40 people which bought the NFT could claim their own advent calendar, and upon receiving and tapping with a smartphone, pairing the physical twin with the digital piece of art.
Wow, it's really amazing what can be done with technology nowadays, and this is the direction that we're going in, you know, with the digital ownership, and such a cool concept, something that I've heard before in other niches, so to speak, but not necessarily in fragrance. And so I love to see this type of pioneering, you know, happening within the industry. And so if you don't mind, Alessandro, please provide me with all of the websites, and I will certainly link them down below in the description section. And is it safe to say that if somebody is interested in purchasing this one, you still have some units available?
We still have a few pieces on stock, yes.
Excellent. So again, all of the information is going to be down below. Also, for anybody who's tuning in, I would like to encourage you to check out my reviews of other Masque Milano fragrances and also Milano Fragranze fragrances, and also the previous interview that Alessandro and I did. Once again, I'm going to leave a card to that up here. So make sure to it's kind of a longer video, so make sure you have your popcorn ready, but so much great information in there. And Alessandro, I know it's late in your part of the world, so I humbly thank you for taking the time to chat with me this evening. It means a lot.
Steven, thanks for this, and keep up doing this great job for the community.
Really means a lot to me. Thank you again, Alessandro. And again, courtesy of the generosity of Alessandro, we're going to be doing a giveaway for one of the advent calendars. Just such a beautiful product here. So if you would like to enter for your chance to win an advent calendar, all you have to do, is go on over to ceflaban.com. All of the links are going to be in the description section. Make sure to be a registered reader, read through the article, leave a quality comment, and the winner will be announced on ceflaban.com. Thank you again so much, Alessandro. It really means a lot to me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Have a wonderful night.